bro, can I grab your bush?
Yeah, man, go for it.
Right on. Thanks, bro. Hey, bro, can I grab your bush too?
Sure, bro. Go ahead.
Thanks.
Now I can grab my own bush. Saipan, it's time to grab your bush. Pick up a 12-pack of ice-cold bush, and you're in for more than just a refreshing beer. Every 12-pack gives you a chance to win exclusive bush gear and more. So don't wait. Swing by your favorite store, grab your bush, and join the fun. Because here in Saipan, the best moments are even better with Bush. Grab your bush today.
I'm Ben Thomas. President Trump is back at the White House after his trip to Asia. On his way home, he appeared to suggest the U.S. will resume testing nuclear weapons. Ed Donahue has details.
A global ban on nuclear tests is in place. President Trump says if there were tests, it would be on an equal basis with Russia and China.
They seem to all be nuclear testing. Russia? We have more nuclear weapons than anybody. We don't do testing. We've halted it many years ago.
The Kremlin warned if any country resumes nuclear testing, Russia would follow suit.
I'd like to see a denuclearization because we have so many, and Russia has some. Russia's second and China's third, and China will catch up within 4 or 5 years. I think de-escalation would be they would call it denuclearization, would be a tremendous thing.
There was no indication the U.S. would start detonating warheads. The last detonation was in 1992. I'm Ed Donahue.
A hearing today on the Trump administration plan to suspend the SNAP food aid program amid the government shutdown, a ruling expected this evening. and the Trump administration has set an annual limit for refugees entering the U.S. at 7,500.
That's a dramatic drop after the United States previously allowed 125,000 people fleeing war and persecution from around the world in a program that received bipartisan support on Capitol Hill. The notice, now published in the National Registry, says that the new cap of 7,500 for the 2026 fiscal year was justified by humanitarian concerns or is otherwise in the national interest. And they will mostly be white South Africans. I'm Lisa Dwyer.
Stocks retreated from record heights amid U.S.-China trade talks and big tech profit reports. The Nasdaq dropped 1.6% from yesterday's record close. The S&P shed 1%, while the Dow dropped 110 points. This is AP News. Communities across the Northern Caribbean are dealing with the aftermath of Hurricane Melissa. Karen Shamas has a report.
Emergency relief flights began landing at Jamaica's main international airport as crews worked to reach communities still isolated after they were directly hit by the Category 5 storm. Dennis Zulu, the UN resident coordinator in Jamaica, said,
"What we're seeing in preliminary assessments is a country that's been devastated to levels never seen before."
Catastrophic flooding occurred in Haiti, where dozens were dead or missing. Eastern Cuba had blown off roofs, downed power lines and crop damage. Hurricane conditions were forecast to continue in the Bahamas into the morning and were expected to affect Bermuda later on Thursday as the storm passes. I'm Karen Shamas.
There's more news and the latest developments at apnews.com. I'm Ben Thomas. Thank you for listening.
If you see something, say something. And stay anonymous. Call Crime Stoppers at 234-7272 or submit a tip online at nmicrimestoppers.com. No names, no caller ID, no recordings, just your info. And if your tip leads to an arrest, you could earn up to $1,000 in cash. Your tips have helped take hundreds of criminals off the streets in the NMI. It works because of you. Crime Stoppers, we want your information, not your name. PHI is your local pharmacy serving customers in Cagman, Garapan, and Dandan since 1996. Shop PHI Pharmacy for all your prescriptions, and we even offer a large line of multivitamin supplements. Our Dandan location is open weekdays from 8 to 6 and 8 to 4 on weekends. Or visit our Garapan and Cagman locations weekdays from 8 to 6 and 8 to 1 on Saturdays. Check us out online at phipharmacy.com or follow us on Facebook. PHI is a locally owned independent community Health Mart pharmacy. Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
It's the 12 packs of Christmas from Bud Light to you. Buy a pack here at home, win big prizes too. Gather your friends, the season is here. It's the 12 packs of Christmas from Bud Light.
The 12 weeks of cheers are on. Purchase any 12-pack of Bud Light, Budweiser, or Michelob Ultra cans now through December 19th for your chance to win a trip for two to watch your favorite NFL team live, plus weekly prizes. Details at currentcnmi.com.
Good morning, Marianas, wake the dead. The bats are flying, skies turn red. Witches brew in your coffee cup, skeletons dancing to shape you up. Spooky sunrise, here we go. Good morning, Mariana show. Ghosts and ghouls say hello. It's Halloween, let's steal the show. Pumpkins grinning wide and bright, shadows creeping in the light, zombies stretching, breaking free, time to haunt your morning spree. Spooky sunrise, here we go. Good morning, Mariana show. Ghosts and ghouls say hello. It's Halloween, let's steal the show. So tune in tight, don't lose your head. Mariana's mornings raise the undead. Laughs and chills, the haunted flow. Good morning, Marianas, let's start the show.
All right, Marianas, how about that? That's our special Halloween intro. But you gotta love the go-to, Ina's Kitchen. My gosh. Good morning, Marianas. It is Friday. It is Halloween. Here we are, 7:45 in the morning here on Friday, October 31st, the last day of October. Unfortunately, it's also the last day until they figure out this nutrition assistance program fiasco, you want to say, with the government shutdown on the federal side. You'd think that maybe something might be done by now, but the fun fact is, no, they have not figured that stuff out yet. And I won't belabor the point too much, but I want to say that you would think that by now, maybe they would have something done. They've been working on it, the governor's office, the administration, with some legislators and everything. And hopefully today is the treat for trick-or-treats, where they let you know that they've got that thing figured out for us. I don't know if there's thousands of people. How many thousands? They said in that meeting that we have like 19,000 people who are depending on this stuff. And today's the last day of October. What happens at the beginning of the month? People line up over at the food stamp office, the NAP in Aslito. And right now, going to be a whole lot of nothing waiting for them when they get out there. It's a tough one, and we're waiting to see what ends up happening from them today, because as of now, again, it is nothing. It's a little more spooky than what we would like from all this. Here, let's put this on anyway. We'll get something in the background. But again, disappointing that we haven't heard anything yet, but maybe they're just waiting until it's done, waiting until it's fully baked, until it's something that is completely ready for the community. And right now, as of now, not so much. We'll find out. I just don't like if they're waiting to the last minute to unveil it because they want to get everybody all excited at the end. You've got people who've been waiting on this stuff for days, to find out how are they going to feed their family next month. And that's out of maybe. We already know that that's a thing. This coffee is so good. Man, I just don't know when they're going to release that, but hopefully we'll hear something about it today. We have been reaching out. We have been following up and asking, and hopefully we'll hear something soon. Hey, good morning, Arlene. Great to see you. Thanks so much for tuning in today. JJ7, not only is today Halloween, today is your day. It's Friday, baby. Every time I think Friday, I think JJ's got a smile on his face. Tobot Castro, oh my gosh, man. You are one game away from elimination in the World Series. Oh my gosh, can you believe it? The Blue Jays, they had a chance, but I didn't think it was more than a puncher's chance. I thought this was going to be Dodgers mania. They're so strong. And I didn't think that the Blue Jays, I kind of hoped the Blue Jays would look good. I just didn't realize they would look legit. They've already played 6 games, if you count game 4 that was really like 2 games worth. It's crazy. Yeah, I hear you. Tobot says, win, lose, or tie, Dodgers nations till I die. Hey, that's me and the Bills, man. You don't have a choice. That's just how it is. When you're a fan, you are a fan, and that's how it goes. Juliana, thanks for tuning in this morning. Great to see you. Thank you for joining us. Man, it's gonna be a good series. It's been a good series so far, and you got a rookie pitcher who gets 12 strikeouts the other day and making it look good. So, anything is possible. It's just, it's just like Kevin Garnett said. Anything is possible. All right, let's we'll listen to this one here because I haven't heard it yet. But we've been having all kinds of fun. Speaking of fun, the folks over in Rhoda are going to have some fun because they have a new doctor coming to town. Yes, they have had Dr. Tillman Farley for a long time. He's been serving on a 6-month assignment, but he's going to be swapped out for Dr. Jocelyn Marin. She's a board-certified family medicine physician from New York. What? Who joins Rhoda Health Center for a 6-month locum assignment, and that locum just means temporary medical thing. That's doctor talk. She's got extensive experience in rural outpatient care, having practiced at Community Memorial Hospital in Hamilton, New York since 2018. She also serves as the chief of the Department of Family Medicine. Not too bad. She knows her stuff. All right. Well, good news for you guys over there in Rhoda. You got someone that you like. I know that you guys like who you've got because I see it all the time. You got the folks when they go to Rhoda. Rhoda's so loyal to the folks who go over there and serve their medical community, even their church. You hear it all the time. We loved our priest. We want to keep him. Hey, we love our doctor. We want to keep him. Great. Rhoda's all about that. If you do a good job, they want to keep you there. And I've already read a letter from someone who said that they want to keep Doc Farley out there too. And, that's great. Rhoda definitely appreciates the service of folks who go out there and do a great job. Good morning, Carol. Great to see you over there on the YouTube side. YouTube in the house. It was a lot of fun. I got to bump into you yesterday over at the governor's conference room. We had the joint press conference between the Marianas Visitors Authority and the Governor's Council of Economic Advisors. These guys are going head to head to try to make sure that they can really bring solutions to the Marianas. They've got a 6-month plan to see if they can get it done for us. And because there's a lot of things plaguing the Marianas. And right now, the plague is essentially that we don't have anybody coming here. Yes, I know we have people coming, but it's not the same, and everybody knows it. Last night, I was walking around after we had dinner. We went to Ete Cafe, Plumeria Steakhouse, Ete Cafe. We got some ice cream over there. Ooh, I like ice cream. So rather than just eat it and go home, I took my son. I'm like, let's go. Let's walk around Garapan. I want to show you what it looks like. And it looks like, I don't know if we do enough of this. I know I don't. But just walking around Garapan at night, and I don't mean just out in front of I Love Saipan and out in front of Godfathers or VFW. I mean really walking around Garapan at night. And the first thing I think of is the stark contrast between what it looks like now and what it used to look like back in the day when, Garapan was popping. Garapan was in our downtown area, at least the biggest building down there was still lit up. And it's been a long time since that's happened. And walking down the side streets, if you were a tourist, would you feel safe walking around out there? I mean, really, we saw at least 2 people who were all cracked out, just walking up and down the street. I don't know the name of the street. It's where DFS goes all the way down to Middle Road, that street. I know it's not Palm, I know it's not Orchid, but it's something. And, but at least there wasn't anyone on the side of the road, like those guys who hang out during the day, just drink a beer, like sitting on the flower boxes. At least they weren't there. They may have relocated as we were going down the street. We were just eating our ice cream cones, having a conversation, and just seeing what it looks like at night. And even though we've got all those great lamps, they are nice, by the way. I remember that was back from the old TOC days, Tournament of Champions. It's still dark. Those lights are very nice, but it's so dark walking down those streets. It is Crack Street Zombie Town. I like that. That's a great name for it, Toba. It is. It's like our little Skid Row. Because like right off the side streets is where these guys crawl back into wherever they came from. And when they come out, they're just sitting there. Yeah. Guten Morgen. Oh my gosh, we got a little German good morning from Louisa. Good morning to you. PJ, all the way from Pacific Northwest. Great to see you today, too. By the way, we've got Eileen Babauta is going to be joining us in a little bit this morning. We should be seeing her in the next 10 minutes or so. And I'm excited to hear about everything that she's got going on because she's a part of so many great organizations and her regular job is awesome, but we're not going to spoil all that. We'll wait till she gets in here. But anyway, so we walked around down there and it didn't look great. It looked very dark. And, of course, I feel safe because it's Saipan and, I would I can't not feel safe somewhere, right? I mean, you can, but I'm trying to look through the lens of a tourist. And even where I was trying to look through the lens of a tourist who had been here before and had come back, based on some conversations we had after the meeting. And when you see everything closed and dark, it is just a shock. Like, Saipan looks dead. You know, I heard Steve Jang say it in the public comment section. He said, Korean tourists come here, and when they leave, they talk about Saipan being a ghost town. And that's what they're telling people when they go back home. And I see it now. I just see it. It's sad. And then when driving around down the West Garapan area too, and seeing what it looks like with all the, again, everything dark. GIG, of course, dark forever, but you can see it used to look really great. The side streets with the sidewalks look awesome. They do. The Office of Planning and Development, they did a great job. It looks good down there. The other stuff they need to work on though is like, how do you get investment in Garapan when nobody's here? Like I heard someone say it right after the meeting, you know, the problem isn't that we don't have attractions. The problem is we don't have anybody here to make an attraction for. We still do need attractions, of course. I heard it like a really great idea. Someone's like, oh man, we could do zip lines. I'll tell you, zip lines sound cool. And then they're like, oh, what if we did it from here to there or there to there? And then, you know, one of the guys was saying, what if we did it from the top of like the Gran Frio, from like the top of the building, and you finish on DFS? I'm like, man, that'd be a steep zip line. I mean, it'd be cool, but it would be, now zip lining is cool. I don't know if you guys have done zip lining, but we have done zip lining in the Philippines, and then we have done zip lining in Thailand, and holy crap, it's awesome, right? If you do it right, it's cool. Now over there, they've got trees that are much taller than what we've got over here, right? I mean, like you're like 100 feet up in the air on a platform that's built into a tree. It is not like a man-made, you know, it's, you know, they man-made the platform that you're standing on that you zipped onto. But in a tree that's like 100 feet tall, looking down at the ground, that's like freaking crazy. So, and then they have, it's like a zipline park where you go from place to place as you're going around and all that stuff. And what I was thinking is that if you could do it like off the top of Joe, not off the tower, right? But if you've done any of those cool places, like we have like so many cool, the view is important, right? And the experience and the thrill of it, right? I know they've got zip lining in Guam, but the zip lining in Guam that I saw was just like that thing over there by the Hilton, which is just like, what is that? Have you seen the zip line over at the Hilton? That looks like it would be the training course where you figure out how to do it before you go and do it for real. But if you did it, I know the public lands issue or private lands issue, going over somebody's place and all that stuff, sounds dang near impossible to figure out. Then if you factor in like how do you do it with typhoons? Well, they get typhoons in Thailand too, so I figure. But what happens if that line falls on something? I know. We're all litigious and all that other stuff. But like a real legit zip line somewhere off of Tapajao, and even if it takes you on different lines all the way down, but it gets you down to Garapan. Kind of like Marianas trekking, what they used to do with the bikes. They would take people in buses or vans up to like Suicide, and they would take a downhill bike tour all the way. And then they would take that trail behind Bonsai that takes you and finishes over by, well, it goes from Cowtown over to Bonsai. And then they'd ride back to trekking. Great, right? In Maui, they got it in like Haleakala. You know, you could just take the mountain bikes all the way down. And it's really cool. If you do something like that here with zip lining, you know, where you take the people up there and you finish down in Garapan. Where in Garapan? I don't know. I don't have that answer. You know, it could be a big win for the Tenorio fam over there by the peace, the big peace sign. If I know you can make it work, where you could bring the several different zip lines where you go from platform to platform, and you end up making your way over there, coming down like the Chalangalaiti area, and you finish over on your property there, and you finish where you can take photos with folks. You got that nice big view over Garapan. And you could have like where they could take their photos, eye-zipped Saipan or something, and then they've got meals, you know, you could have food and beverages and all that stuff. I know, it's already beautiful as it is. JD's like, dude, I do not want those people coming to my house now. I know, but it would be cool. It would be cool. Just an idea. Just an idea. PJ, oh my God. What, GIG closed? Oh my God, yes. That's good. It's good that you're just finding out now so you can have a nice, easy transition when you finally come home and visit. Because GIG's been closed for a while. Yes, all those memories of me dancing on a speaker, they're just memories now. You cannot go in and make that happen again. Good morning, Bruce Camacho. Good to see you. Oh, somebody's all into some motorcycles. 4 Strokes Living. Bois Charles, good morning. Yil. Oh, whoa, my phone is buzzing. All right, but it is going to be a good morning. Yeah, try the Northern Islands. That would be cool too. So, you know, the thing is, the Northern Islands would be awesome for zip lining. Northern Islands would be awesome for anything, for sure. One of the things you're going to have to deal with, though, all the flies. And you could totally deal with them. There's not like anybody who's doing anything about them. But I've seen a lot of these anti-fly contraptions that work wonders. You do something like that, it could be pretty special. Anyway, that's just the start. That's just one start to all that. And I've been to Poggin twice. Getting there is a heck of a thing. If you could go there, because it's just amazing. And I say Poggin because it's not the easiest to get to, but once you get there, it's the easiest to get onto the island. Like, if you go to Alamagan, there's no easy way onto Alamagan for tourists. No. It is time the rocks and the waves as you kind of lower the front of your craft and motor hard up against the rocks, and then you got to jump up. That's a nightmare for tourists, although it would be awesome, though. Helicopters. And I heard there used to be some, to Sarreguin for sure, helicopter tours. They used to land over there. But you don't hang out too long. Northern Islands would be great for anything. Northern Islands is just beautiful. For fishing, if you had a big enough boat, I went up there on a 90-footer, not big enough. Next time I go up to the Northern Islands, hopefully I'm blessed with the opportunity to go up to the Northern Islands again. It would be great to go up there on a really big ship where you don't feel all those waves as much, where you could really stretch out. You know, the Coast Guard made some kind of rules that made it difficult for the Pacific Marine folks, because when we went up there the first time 11 years ago, we had a great, where they put on a couple of containers, I think like 20-footers. And one of them was a whole bunch of bunks, and the other one was like a galley. So we were able to just sleep with that Dramamine and call it a day. It was great. Transportation grants, please. Oh my God, yeah, that would be great. I would love it. But I'll tell you, if it's not smooth sailing, then you want to get yourself a big old boat. Yeah, call it a bab. I mean, you're going to want that if you're going up to the Northern Islands. Because if it's not smooth, and you got a small boat, you're going to feel that small boat. I'm telling you, I was on this boat with these salty dudes who know the sea. I was on the Chamorro, and whoa, man. Yeah, it was rough. And I watched the cap who was steering the boat at night. We're going up. I'm getting a headache right now just thinking about it. And we're going up and down and all that other stuff. I'm starting to feel pretty green. I'm like, how do these guys do it? So I go up and I see the cap who's steering the boat up and down. It's stormy and everything like that. He opens up the window. He throws up out of the window, closes the window, and he's right back up there just driving. Like, oh, that's how they deal with it? That's the life they've chosen. Woo! That's how they deal with it. So, an easier way to get up north, please. That's 200 miles to get up Toboggan from Saipan. 200 miles, and you feel those miles. Every one of them as you're making your way up there. It's not easy on a small boat. When it's a nice smooth boat, that Pacific Marine was wonderful. I remember just sitting out there on the deck, looking up at the stars, looking up at the moon, thinking this is the most beautiful thing ever. You can almost catch the islands off of the sun, or off of the reflection from the moon. It was incredible. It was great. Please, it's still our water. Absolutely. Well, I'm telling you, you don't want to do it when it's rough. I don't know how you want to do that on a proa. You know, you get yourself on a 500 sails. Dude, I'm going to need 500 pills to be able to deal with that one if it's rough. That's why I have like so many great, so much respect when I think about like the seafarers. When they, and they did it without knowing for sure that something's out there somewhere. Like maybe it's easier here. Like if it started here, you can see Tinian's there, so we're gonna make a boat and go to Tinian. And if you get high enough at Saipan, you can see Rhoda. And if you're high enough at Saipan on the other direction, you can see Anatahan. So you can go that way too. And then when you get up there, but you can't always see where the next island is. That, to me, is the real adventure that the ancients, that's where they really flexed some serious courage to say, I'm going for it. I don't know what you guys are doing, being safe here on the island, but I want to try this. You don't have to go with me, but something's got to be out there, right? The stars are still there. Let's just follow the stars, and we'll use that, and we'll figure it out. Holy cow. All right, well, that was a long journey just from ziplining to that. So I love the idea of ziplining if we ended up doing it. But I think one of the attractions that we can have is just it being awesome in Saipan. You know, they were talking about, ooh, Fiji, their numbers are through the roof right now, tourism-wise. But when you first get there, it's not great. You got to go somewhere else after you get there. And they were saying, hey, our beaches are better than Fiji. I'm like, no kidding. That's awesome. But then what? Right? And that's why that story yesterday hit me when we saw that guy in the bus stop. Because I'm like, wow, I think we fix ourselves first and people will come here. We're looking so hard at how we can get people to come here instead of thinking about what we could do here first. And something like that is first. You know, those guys that we were talking about taking that walk through Garapan, you see those bums just sitting there drinking beer on the corner and nobody doing anything about it. And I'm not talking about like just regular happy tourist folks. I'm just talking about the regular bum guys that we have. That's not the right term for them. Oh, what do you want me to call them? I don't know. Vagrants. It's not, there's no nice way to say it, so you just got to say it. I mean, like, we got bums in Saipan. And no, we're not talking about Capitol Hill. Just kidding, guys. But the people who loiter around Garapan, panhandling and all that stuff, Brad, you have no heart. Oh, yeah, no, I do. But they can't. Right? I mean, like, well, what's your solution? That we need one. We had a homeless task force, and they're not homeless. Those guys have places to go. Maybe they don't. But that one guy from yesterday, I've heard that story from that guy a million times, and I've heard his story from other people. Everyone at least starts out with a heart. When they get callous, that's different. That dude in particular lost my trust. I didn't even know that was him until he got up and walked away. But I mean, that guy, he's a constant in our community. It used to be more prevalent in CK, in Lally 4 area, but now you see him all over. And it's not just him. There's that other guy in that area who, when he drinks, is awful. And I mean, there's a couple of just drunk guys that we have too, right? That just walk around Garapan asking for change or whatever. And they seem like they're okay normally. One guy in particular seems okay till he gets a couple of soju bottles deep. But other than that, it's like, oh, you know, have a heart, you know, you got to deal with folks and all that stuff, and, you know, that's fine. But you can't be passed out at a kid's bus stop with your beer cans in there. And you can't do that anytime, but it's not like that happened at like 2 o'clock in the morning on Friday night, you know, or Saturday morning, you know, but it was as the kids were being dropped off for school. That can't be, I know nobody accepts it, right? Nobody thinks that's acceptable. Nobody. The biggest hearted person in Saipan wouldn't say that that's acceptable. Now, what are you going to do? That's what we need. We need, if there's a task force or something like that, you need a task force of people who got the real heart and passion for taking care of folks who are in those kind of situations. And then you need some folks who are on the other side of that who are saying, lock them up, right? I mean, there's other issues going on. Substance abuse, probably. That, and there could be mental issues too. There's a way to be caring about those folks and also caring about everybody else who lives here and our tourists. You can't have those folks wandering around Garapan, panhandling, looking like death. And that guy in particular is the guy who goes right up to people in the parking lot. I've seen the scared look on people's faces when he's gone up to their windows. Please. Yeah. It's not like that lady who goes around asking, hey, may I have some change? Like, that's no. Like, buy you a sandwich. But that's at least nice. That guy, he's a big guy. And it's not like he's, oh, man. Careful, you don't want to be posting all that kind of stuff on there, 4 Strokes, on the YouTube side. I'm with you. I understand what you're saying. But, you know, I'm not advocating for craziness, you know. But there's got to be something. Like if we had some kind of a real facility, and I'm not talking about just a help you dry out thing, but an assessment facility. Like the Hope Center is great, but they're even full right now. And you got to want to be there, you know. But we should have a place where people go even if they don't want to go there. And it shouldn't be corrections because it's a different kind of thing. And that's why you need to have the experts involved in that decision-making process instead of just some dude with a camera. You really need them in there. But like that, the whole thing, that whole institutionalization thing that happened years ago should come back for sure. With albeit hopefully better guardrails than what happened before. But I mean, like the community would be a better place if you could take some of these people out of the gen pop, for your jail terms. I mean, that would be the right thing to do, and just remove them from it until they could be properly addressed. And as long as they take the medication they're supposed to take, or you know whatever it happens to be, they stop taking the other stuff that they take, they have to stay there, and it's not their choice. Because as a society, as a community, that's what we should demand. You shouldn't have to worry about some guy whose ass is hanging out of his pants walking up and down Beach Road and then doing that in Garapan as well, all cracked out. Him, maybe not cracked, he's all stoned out. Dude was stumbling around, sitting down on the curb in the afternoon, just smoking right there. I mean, that dude looks deranged for like tourists walking around. Brad, that's not fair. That's not polite. No, I know. Get it. I get it. I'm just telling you, if we don't take care of the people who live here, first, we have no foundation for getting any tourists. Yeah. Oh, thanks. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Yeah, I like JJ. Fan dollar? There's a guy over here, over by Downtown Market, too. I see him all the time. I know the guy's gotten chased away from the stores a bunch. Asked me for stuff. And I always say no, but I'll get you a sandwich. And I'll come out and I'll give him a sandwich or an apple or something. But I've seen him, because I know, here's how I know he's gotten chased away, without having asked them. It's like, tell me you're like this without telling me you're like this. Yeah, so tell me you've been chased away without telling me you've been chased away. Because from our vantage point, Downtown Market is right there. And I see the guy kind of like looking around the corner, waiting for someone to come out. And when they come out, hey, you got $1? You know, like that. You know, he'll creep around that, and people say, no, he's like, all right. But then I've seen people feel bad about that, because the guy, he's also kind of like shy, and he's like, all right. They're like, oh, come on, buddy, I'll give you something. I've seen it happen. I have seen it happen. The guy comes over, running over to the car, thank you. And then he runs back around the corner, just waiting, so he doesn't get chased away again. And then you got another, you can't lump everybody into the same situation or all that, you know? There's another guy, well, I don't know if he's homeless or not, but he's a guy who I would refer to as a homeless guy that I've seen here for years. He's definitely not going hungry, I can tell you that. And every day he walks up and down this street somewhere around 7 o'clock-ish. He's picked up trash, he's done other stuff, and I saw him going into one of the trash cans, and I think he was getting the cans out, you know, back when they had the recycling thing. And I'm like, dude, like, hey, I'm about to walk in, can I buy you a meal? Nope, I'm okay, thanks. This guy doesn't want anything, he's not asking anybody for anything. He's just living life on his own terms, you know. Again, not the same story, right? Not the same as everyone else. And then there's different folks out here too. When you wonder how the hell they got here, I've heard those stories. Oh, Dennis nailed it right there. And it's not just at night, it's during the day. Dennis says going to the post office in the evening is also sketch. How many times at the post office, right? There's that same group of people, like, let me think about this over a sip, who live in that crumbled down World War II era building that somebody patched up and painted, made it look a little bit nicer. But they turn that back into squalor again. If you go back over to that spot, see that car that's all not in service, it's a junk car, mattresses, trash, everything out there again. Remember they had kids there? They had children playing there? Yeah, well, so like, but they've asked for everything, and you could tell, at least for a couple of them, I know there's some sort of a developmental, like a mental issue. Yet from you're not a doctor, but I did sleep at a Holiday Inn last night, kind of assessment. And I just feel bad, like, because, you know, I don't want to tell you no, like somebody who genuinely seems like they need something. Like, that person there is not trying to play a fast one. She's not the dancer at the bar saying, I'm trying to put myself through college. She genuinely is just someone who's like living on her own as someone who's got a mental developmental disability as an adult. And it sucks. But then there's other folks who seem completely able-bodied who've been out there since I've been here. Like, being homeless over 20 years, and not just homeless, right? But I mean, like, not working and begging for stuff for at least 20 years that I've seen them in the same places. Yeah, you're right. Juan's like, hey, new homeless are pretty easy to spot. They are. So it's like, where do they come from? And the stories I've heard is like, well, it all starts from Denver. And it might not just be Denver, and charitable organizations or government entities to, one, get them out of their town, or two, to help save them from the winter. Buy them a one-way ticket to Hawaii. And then the folks in Hawaii, after a while, get them a one-way ticket to Guam. And then, after a while, folks in Guam get them a one-way ticket to Saipan. And then they go back into the matrix somehow. You'll see them for a while, and then they're just gone. Like that one crazy lady, and she was crazy. I know that's not the politically correct term, who was telling me at the courthouse while she was trying to get her ID that she was actually Brad Pitt's wife. And I'm Angelina Jolie's husband. I got it. But she had a lot going on, clearly, right? What happened to her? She's not, the beds at the hospital, there's 4, I think, for the psych ward. And I know she can't still be there, because that was like 11 years ago. Yeah, Juan says, this is American influence. If our great-grandparents are still alive, this thing would not happen. I bet. I believe you. Yeah. Completely. Juan says, the Marianas is welcome to all that have good vibes, not bad vibes welcome. Yeah, I agree with that. And that's why it's kind of like, it's a tough thing, because one of the endearing things about the community that we've got going on is that everybody genuinely cares, or, there's, people for the most part genuinely care about other people, and they don't let that stuff go. And now it just seems like something needs to happen. There just needs to be some sort of a genuine place. Hey, I don't have a monopoly on the right ideas, so these might not be the great ideas. You guys can let us know what you think. Give us a call, 789-2323, 670-789-2323. You can call us from WhatsApp. You could call us on just a regular phone call. We'll love to hear what you have to say about it, because it's an interesting thing, and it's a tough topic. But it's one that we can't just keep blowing off anymore, because if we keep blowing it off, look where we are. We've seen, like, eventually we get ourselves into this thing. And the other piece of this, by the way, about the tourism and all that, is that tourism is down everywhere, save for what we were just talking about for Fiji. But Guam complains about having less tourists. Hawaii's complaining about less tourists. Even California, they're talking about having less tourists. People are just, in general, they're experiencing a downturn in tourism because people don't have confidence in their ability to have money, or they just don't have money either. We're looking with this government shutdown, like people with great paying federal jobs. I'm not just talking about people who are like $50,000, $60,000, $70,000. I'm talking about people who have a job that's 6 figures that are paid federally are not getting paid. Now, it's probably better for them because they have been able to save money and put stuff away, and they do things differently with money than people who make like $30,000 or $40,000 a year, because they have the ability to do it. But regular folks just don't have resources right now, and that's kind of par for the course, or they're going to extend themselves to take a trip somewhere. Tourism's just down everywhere. So this is the time to get right, Marianas. This is the time for us to make those practical things that make a difference. Cleaning up that bus stop. Thank goodness we heard from the mayor yesterday, said he was going to send his guys out there. After he said, hey, I saw that video, I'm sending my guys out there to clean it. Hell yeah, Mr. Mayor. That's great. But again, I don't know how many parents see that their kids are let off of a bus where you got a passed out drunk guy right there who stabbed the guy. That's our community. That's your community. You tell me if it's cool. Because it doesn't sound like it to me. Oh, Spain and Japan have a lot of tourists. Well, that's good. You know what Japan got during the pandemic? Japan, something about the way the Japanese government markets to its own population. It really works like none other. Because they started to say, hey, spend your tourism dollars here in Japan. You live here already. Help Japan. Stay in Japan. Explore Japan. Discover Japan. Japan is pretty awesome. I love it. And I'm not just talking about like Tokyo and all the fancy stuff. I mean, Japan is awesome. I love the culture. I love the place, the history, the beauty, the natural beauty of Japan. And then the historical richness, the technological side of it too, and all the modern stuff, all of it's cool. So I get it. I get why people would want to go there. Yeah, Juan says send them to the Northern Islands. I'm okay with that as long as you're not just kicking them off a boat and saying see ya. I've heard it. I've heard many times people talk about that for like a drug rehab place. Send them to the Northern Islands. Let them dry out. What a crazy existence that would be for them for the first however long. The only thing I'm worried about is that eventually somebody would go up there and hook them up. There'd be no money for them. They wouldn't get any payment out of it. But hopefully that real healthy catching fish, eating coconuts, eating the deer that Peeling loves up there, or the cows that are there, or the goats. There's plenty of goats. There's a lot of goats. And they can farm. Just rediscover what life has for you so you don't have to be trapped in that same friggin' circle. Yeah, that would be awesome. If we had the infrastructure to do it. Yeah, yes, then there's also that fact that they're living on an island where there's an active volcano. So, yeah, not exactly safe. And if you have been to Poggen has more than that big eruption that was there in '81. But as we were hiking around the whole island, you see that the evidence of multiple lava flows from multiple eruptions. But that one in '81 is crazy. I don't know if I've done this recently, but I could show you guys some photos that I've got from that trip. In 2017 was the last time I was up there. And it's amazing. And I got some photos that are online, so it shouldn't be hard for me to track them down. But I don't know where you'd even think you'd run to for something like that. Okay, I think it was like October, November. There we go. We'll pop these on there in case you guys haven't been there before, which is a lot of people. I'll show you a little bit about it. And that is that when we came back? Yikes. All right, well, here we go. This is when we got back from Poggen. And I was definitely pretty scruffy back then. Let's go to the share screen for you. That was on the boat ride back. That was on the Chamorro. It's an ocean-going tug, about 90 feet long. And that area in the back, you see those picnic tables that are all lashed to the deck. That was where we were sitting when we were fishing in the bay over there in Poggen, where you do not have to be a great fisherman to be a great fisherman. All you need is a little piece of shrimp on a hook. You pop it in the water and something big is going to come and eat it. Make sure I'm going the right way. That's that view. That's the ship. You see it here all the time. That was from the dinghy leaving the island. Oh, those are the dogs that said goodbye when we were getting out of there. Yep. Oh, that's where I got my cool spondylus that Anna Lee helped me with just recently. But I'm going this way because I want to show you what the volcano looked like. That's apparently there's 2 vents on the island, but there's one giant caldera, and that's the main one right there, where the big eruption came from. And it brought all of that volcanic ash. Oh, that's fishing at night. Yeah, a little shark. We're gonna walk it toward the hike area. That's cooking chickens out there. That's the little dinghy that got us from the main boat and everything. But I want to show you with some detail what it looked like from hiking around. And yeah, that would be a great area for ziplining. You're right. There. Now you can see. I mean, it blew off the side of the mountain. All that stuff that you see in the foreground right there, that's all that lava flow. It's not just some little amount of lava flow or something like that. It was massive. Where it knocked off the side of that whole thing. And that's where it goes all the way to the airstrip, which I think it's still about 20 feet high when it gets to there. So it'll be a while before something like that happens again. I mean, just look at it. It's so vast. This is not a small area. Oh, thanks, JJ. And you're going to hear some wind and crunchiness here from this video. Well, I have the volumes probably pretty low. But it's such a massive area. And there's multiple lava flows. This is just from the most recent one. And this is toward the end of an all-day hike. I'm telling you, gassed out for sure. That it was brutal. Yeah, let's keep going. That's down the steep edge of one of these things. Oh, that's on the beach that separates both sides over there, where you don't want to swim in that water, I'll tell you that, because stuff dies there and that water does not get changed out. Here, let's just go back to the volcano thing just so I could show you that lava flow area and everything, because that's the main thing. So if you were able to send people over there, that's it. 600 per head seems reasonable. Bring your own beer. You could. The next one north of Gregan is the best. I've not been there. Yeah, Ann says volcanic ash for soil fertility. Yeah. I'll tell you what, the coconut groves over there, they are seemingly endless. Like, you've seen coconut groves here in Saipan, but when you see them there, it's incredible. It is just incredible. Yeah, that shot was something. I didn't hike all the way up there, though. But it's just desolate. It's like the surface of the moon, or at least how I would imagine it to be. And by this time, it was just blazing hot during the day. And that happened, in 81? And you could see nothing has grown there, save for this little bit of ironwood tree here and there. Nothing's grown in those areas since that eruption. And maybe anything that started to got blown off by passing storms and stuff like that. So not much grown in that spot. The rest of the island's different, but this is just around the summit over there. Kind of brutal. So that's why I'm saying you can't just drop somebody off. You got to have the infrastructure there if you were going to do it. All right. Well, we'll save you the rest of that. We're going to take a real quick break. We are going to get you the new news update. We'll do that as we get back after this. Be right back.
Hey, bro, can I grab your bush?
Yeah, man. Go for it.
Spot on. Thanks, bro. Hey, bro, can I grab your bush too?
Sure, bro. Go ahead.
Thanks.
Now I can grab my own bush. Saipan, it's time to grab your bush. Pick up a 12-pack of ice-cold bush, and you're in for more than just a refreshing beer. Every 12-pack gives you a chance to win exclusive bush gear and more. So don't wait. Swing by your favorite store, grab your bush, and join the fun. Because here in Saipan, the best moments are even better with Bush. Grab your bush today.
Way back from Asia, President Trump rated his meeting with Chinese leader Xi Jinping.
From 0 to 10, with 10 being the best, I would say the meeting was a 12.
He says the U.S. will be lowering tariffs on China to 47%, and Beijing's agreed to purchase 25 million tons of American soybeans annually for the next 3 years. Meantime, Lisa Dwyer reports.
As Trump touts his trade deal with China, 4 Republican senators joined Senate Democrats in passing a resolution that would undo many of Trump's tariffs around the globe.
On this vote, the yeas are 51, the nays are 47. The joint resolution is passed.
The resolution, however, is unlikely to become law. Even if it did pass in the House, Trump would most likely veto it. While the Senate vote is largely symbolic, it is also the latest note of displeasure over Trump's trade tactics, exposing fault lines in the Republican Party as high prices weigh heavily for their constituents. I'm Lisa Dwyer.
And Ed Donahue has the latest news from Buckingham Palace.
King Charles is stripping his disgraced brother, Prince Andrew, of his remaining titles. He's also evicting him from his royal residence.
I am pretty astonished, I have to say.
It comes after weeks of pressure to act over Andrew's relationship with sex offender Jeffrey Epstein.
This is the strongest action against a member of the royal family.
Royal commentator Jenny Bond says the king is acting in harmony with public opinion, media opinion, and parliamentary opinion.
I've never seen as much criticism of a member of the royal family as we've had of Andrew, even to the point that, over last weekend, I was feeling a touch uneasy about being part of that pylon on Andrew, wondering just how far it could go.
Andrew will be known as Andrew Mountbatten Windsor and not as a prince, and he will move from his Royal Lodge residence into private accommodation. I'm Ed Donahue.
This is AP News. Damian Troisi has the AP Markets Report.
Stocks fell on Wall Street Thursday, pulling back from their record heights. The S&P 500 fell 1%. The Dow Jones Industrial Average fell 0.2%. The Nasdaq Composite fell 1.6%. Wall Street weighed mixed developments on the U.S.-China trade war and profits for big tech companies. The U.S. is trimming tariffs on China following a meeting between leaders of both nations, but major tensions remain. Tech stocks were the biggest drag on the broader market. Facebook parent Meta Platforms and Microsoft fell. Google's parent Alphabet rose following its latest profit report. Damian Troisi, New York.
And mortgage rates are down again this week. Freddie Mac puts the average 30-year at 6.17%, the lowest in more than a year. There's more news at apnews.com. I'm Ben Thomas. Thanks for listening.
Fox Sports Update.
The Blue Jays wasted no time getting on the board in Game 5 of the World Series.
Here he comes off and go in Game 5 with a fastball that's hit in the air to deep left field. Call to the track. It's on the first pitch of Game 5.
That was courtesy of Fox as Davis Schneider led off the game with a home run off of Blake Snell. 2 pitches later, Vlad Guerrero Jr. joined the party.
The very first pitch, and now Vlad Jr. hooks the ball down the left field line. They've got back-to-back to start Game 5.
Schneider and Guerrero combined to hit the first back-to-back homers to begin a World Series game, and Toronto beat the Dodgers 6-1 to take a 3-2 lead in the Fall Classic. Blue Jays starter Trey Yesavage was brilliant, allowing 1 run on 3 hits in 7 dominant innings and setting the rookie World Series record with 12 strikeouts. The Blue Jays are now 1 win away from the organization's first World Series title in 32 years, and Game 6 will be played Friday night in Toronto.
It's Will Kane Country. Watch it live at noon Eastern, Monday through Thursday at foxnews.com or on the Fox News YouTube channel. And don't miss the show. Listen and follow the podcast 5 days a week at foxnewspodcasts.com or wherever you download your favorite podcasts.
In other baseball news, the Minnesota Twins are hiring Derek Shelton as their next manager, according to multiple reports. Shelton was fired by the Pirates in early May, not long after starting his 6th season as manager in Pittsburgh. The Twins entered the 2025 season expecting to compete for the American League Central title, but went on to win just 70 games and finished with the 4th worst record in baseball. Heading over to the NFL, Vikings quarterback J.J. McCarthy is ready to return after missing the last 5 games due to a high ankle sprain. McCarthy is expected to get the start under center against the Lions on Sunday as Minnesota looks to snap a 2-game slide.
Ready to go. I feel like myself again. I feel like I, have those mobility things that I was concerned about, going into last week and the prior weeks. So, yeah, ready to go.
That was courtesy of the Vikings as McCarthy can get Minnesota back to 500 with a win. For more scores, stories, and features, go to foxsports.com. I'm Joe Morgan.
Get more on the Fox Sports app and foxsports.com.
If you see something, say something, and stay anonymous. Call Crime Stoppers at 234-7272 or submit a tip online at nmicrimestoppers.com. No names, no caller ID, no recordings, just your info. And if your tip leads to an arrest, you could earn up to $1,000 in cash. Your tips have helped take hundreds of criminals off the streets in the NMI. It works because of you. Crime Stoppers, we want your information, not your name. PHI is your local pharmacy serving customers in Cagman, Garapan, and Dandan since 1996. Shop PHI Pharmacy for all your prescriptions and we even offer a large line of multivitamin supplements. Our Dandan location is open weekdays from 8 to 6 and 8 to 4 on weekends. Or visit our Garapan and Cagman locations weekdays from 8 to 6 and 8 to 1 on Saturdays. Check us out online at phipharmacy.com or follow us on Facebook. PHI is a locally owned independent community Health Mart pharmacy. Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
It's the 12 packs of Christmas from Bud Light to you. Buy a pack here at home, win big prizes too. Gather your friends, the season is here. It's the 12 packs of Christmas from Bud Light.
The 12 weeks of cheers are on. Purchase any 12-pack of Bud Light, Budweiser, or Michelob Ultra cans now through December 19th for your chance to win a trip for two to watch your favorite NFL team live, plus weekly prizes. Details at currentcnmi.com.
Wake up, sunshine, it's a brand new day. Brad's got the stories that'll light your way. Take a smile on his face, he's ready to share. Share. Good morning, Marianas. Feel the love in the air. Good morning, Marianas. Come join the fun. Together we'll shine like the morning sun.
With the waves crashing in, hear the oceans call. Rap brings the news that connects us all. From the islands to the world, goes to try to wish. Good morning, Marianas, the best time of year.
Good morning, Marianas. Let's start the day. With laughter and stories, come what may.
Good morning, Marianas, wake the dead.
All right, Marianas. It is Halloween. It is 8:46 in the morning here on Wednesday.
Witches brew in your coffee cup, skeletons dancing to shade.
Like this. There's some clouds out there, I know. But we're hoping it's going to be fine.
Sunrise, here we go.
Hey, we're hoping that it's going to be good for trick-or-treating tonight. And we know that there are going to be trick-or-treating things happening all over the place. And some of you guys are sending stuff to us. We are going to post some of them on the actual page itself, so it's easy for you guys to see it. But I do want to get some stuff out there. We got this. Hold on, let me pop this one on the main screen for you so you guys can see it. There's so many of these things for me to put out. It's going to be difficult for me to get them all individually on the screen. So let's get the main screen on here so you can see it. These, again, we'll post these. Here, let me move this out of the way a little bit. Here's one of them. This is Senator Manny Castro. That's going to be happening today from 7 to 9 in Finisisu across from Nap. Is that Finisisu or is that Azlitu? Like, I don't know, but wherever it is, that's where they're going to be. Halloween trick-or-treat drive-through across from Nutrition Assistance Program. You're able to see it right there, just off of Chala Monsignor Martinez, right across the street from the Knapp building. So that's going to be a great spot. That's just one. There's more happening. In fact, let me pull another one up there. So if you're worried that you missed this or I didn't have it on the screen long enough for you, we'll put other ones on there for you as well as it continues. Somebody just gave me a list of all of them. I'm just looking for the right post that had it all on there. I feel like it was in our Marianas, PCF Marianas. Here's another one from Rotary. Rotary Club of Saipan. They're going to be doing it over at American Memorial Park. And a lot of people are going to be involved in there. ASC, Paradise Dental, the Indigenous Affairs Office, Miss Asia Pacific. So it's going to be pretty down there. We got that going for you. Crown Plaza is going to be a part of it. Angry Penny. Man, if they're putting like lasagna in everyone's bag, I'm in. D&Q International is going to be part of it. Century Insurance, they're going to be a part of it too. And it's great. It is going to be a drive-through as well, or a walk-through where they do have one-way traffic in there. But I've done it before where it's great. You guys will love it going through there. Memorial Park parking lot starts at 5 o'clock until they run out of candy. Of course, the dental office is going to be a part of it. If you're not I mean, I would if I owned a dental clinic, I would be involved in every Halloween trick or treat thing ever to make sure that guarantee I'm going to be getting some customers, on a regular basis because they're coming through. Is this another one where we got one? I mean, I've got so many of these things, so I'm just looking for the other one. I've got one that has a map that somebody was smart enough to put together for everyone that had like all of the different spots across Saipan. If you've got it handy, send it to me. I'm just scrolling through looking for it. Just to see if I can't find it quickly, and it's not getting there quickly. Was it here? No, that's our Toys for Tots chat thing that's going on. You know where I bet, is this it? This is it. There we go. There's a couple more. This one's the Lions Club. There. This is the Lions Club Trunk or Treat. Saipan Dynamic Lions Club and Saipan Cubs Alpha Leo Club present Trunk or Treat. That'll be at Joten Kizu Public Library at 3:30. Boy, you could really plan this out and make a killing on candy. You could start going to Joten Kizu Public Library at 3:30, Memorial Park at 5, and hit that one at Manny Castro's later. Oh, there you go. You're going to have so much candy. You better bring a van. For sure. Oh, okay. I see a whole bunch of them. Then here's one. This is all of them. Saipan Trick or Treat. Let's start all the way up north with an F. Aqua Resort Club. Former First Lady Wella is going to be doing that at 5:30. Tanapa Youth Center. That's going to start at 5 o'clock with the DCCA. Spicy Thai Noodle House from 5 to 7:30. How about that? Get a little Tom Yum in your bag. Atkins Kroll Trunk or Treat 5 to 6:30 today. Savory Bistro in Garapan. They're going to have a costume contest 6:30 at 8 p.m. I know I got one for Godfathers. We'll get to that in a second. American Memorial Park and Governor's Office. We just talked about that from 5 to 9. iShop in Crown Plaza going to be at 4 p.m. The Panda and Waffle House. They got Squid Games. No, I hope it's not as official as the movie. Crystal Rye. They're going to have catering events at 4:30. Sugar King Park, the Saipan Mayor's Office is putting something together from 6 to 8:30 today. Garapan Fishing Base is going to be another spot where they've got the Island Summer Auto Fest from 5 to 9 p.m. Seems a little late for summer, but it doesn't seem too late for candy. Vision Insurance at 8 a.m. Well, it's all day. They're going to be having people come through. Civic Center is going to have the Lions Club tonight at 5:30. Saipan World Resort Costume Contest at 7:30. Joten Kizu Public Library, we talked about that, starting at 3:30. KFC and Taco Bell, they're going to have Hollow Winners from 5 to 7. Public Lands at Joten Dandan, they're going to have stuff going on the second floor from 12 to 4. You can go over there and trick or treat with them. Pakakang Residence, that's going to be over in CK from 5:30 p.m. Dandan Middle School Trunk or Treat at 5 p.m. Totoville, don't forget that. That's a safe place to go as well, 6 p.m.-ish. Culberville Youth Center, Governor's Office, and partners from 5 to 9. And Saipan International Airport, they're going to have the upper bus parking from 5:30 to 7:30. So there's going to be stuff all around Saipan. In fact, let me pull out this one. I've got some artwork for all of those things, but where's the one that I got last night? Somebody just sent something to me as well. Come on, where are you? All right, here we go. Tonight over at Godfathers, they're going to have a partner, Godfathers Beach Bar, with Skipper's Beach Bar and IT&E over at the Marianas Beach Resort. Halloween costume contest, 6 to 9 at Godfathers Beach Bar, and then 11 o'clock p.m. at Godfathers Bar. It's nothing to get in there, and it's happening tonight. It's Halloween. It's great Halloween happening on a Friday, so it's not like one of those weird ones where you got like Halloween on a Tuesday. Like you want to go out that Tuesday to do it, but they kind of make it a couple days earlier just in case, because you don't want to party too hard on a Tuesday. Well, don't worry about it. Tonight's Friday. You can make this work and pull that off. We were just, we're going to post all of these Don't worry. All of these are going up today. Thank you, Chris. Chris sent it to me as well. Chris Tomakane, the MVP over here. Thanks so much. I really appreciate that. I'm looking again. Let me get back to that same group chat that had all of those different things. Yeah, here we go, because I think they sent 1 million of them to me. So Chris sent this to me, which was great. We just had this one with the Rotary Club up there, or the Lions Club, sorry, the Spencer there, Lions. Here's another one. These are for all the ones that were on that map. No Tricks, Pure Treats, that's over there at the iShop from 7 to 10. And they've got Kids in Costumes Gets Extra Treats. How about that? This is another one. This is the Joten Kidzu Public Library. It looks similar, but it's also very cool. Free candy. That's it. That's exactly what Chris wrote on the side of his van. So there you go. Starts at 3:30 today. Trick or treat drive-through going over there at the Pakakang residence in Chalankanoa. And that's going to be great starting at 5:30 today. So Geraldine and Simon taking care of the kiddos. Island Summer Auto Fest Trunk or Treat happening. That's the Garapan Fishing Base. It'll be a lot of fun. Again, all these are going to be posted on the page. So if I'm going too fast for you, don't worry about it. They'll be up there. Halloween Trick or Treat Friday. That's today, Sugar King Park. That's going to be with the mayor's office. Gotta love the mayor. Halloween night, this one's over with DYS. They're not going to take you away, no, but they're going to have a great event over at the Tanapa Youth Center. And it's free, just like everything else that's going on over here. All right. Oh, no. Here we go. Trunk or Treat AK. That's right. Atkins Kroll. They're having theirs starting from 5 to 6:30 tonight as well. Go over there and check out the Haunted Tundra. Also going to have the Squid Games. Look at that over there at the Panda House Waffles. I love that place. All right. Savory's having a Halloween costume contest tonight, 6:30 to 8 for the kids and 8:30 to 11 for all those questionable nurses and nuns that are going to be walking in there. Aqua Resort going to have a good deal tonight. They've got all kinds of food and stuff happening. Also, look at that Shot-tober. Well, that one's over. That was on the 18th, but the Halloween party they're going to have tonight, 7 to 10 over there by the pool. Should be a lot of fun. This is a trunk or treat over at Dan Dan Middle School. Should be great fun. Starts at 5 o'clock, so you want to get there early. What I love about this is that they're all over. You're not going to be able to go to all of them unless you're on a specific mission to do that. But there are events happening all across the island so that people in the neighborhoods can go out and enjoy this. World Resort's another one. Free to join. They've got something at the jungle stage as well. Should be a lot of fun. Trick or treat. Free candy for sure over there. They got the Halloween tunnel over there at the Civic Center in Susupi. That sounds scary. We got to check it out. They've got all kinds of Lions clubs coming together for that one. What's this next one? Spicy Thai. Love it. Trick or treat event. You can go to Spicy Thai in Puerto Rico and bring your children inside to grab some tasty candy. Gotta love it. This is the second annual free Halloween kids meal giveaway over at Cristo Rye Parish. That's right. You get free meals for the kiddos. All you got to do is come down there at 4:30 until they run out. Come in costume, come as you are. Every child receives a warm meal made with love and care. How nice is that? Hosted by JCD Catering and Event Solutions, LLC. Lovely. Just love that. Public lands, haunted Halloween. How many places are on public lands that aren't open? They could be haunted houses all over Saipan. 12 to 4 today. They've got decorations. Just go over there and visit the folks at Public Lands, second floor, Joten Dan Dan building. Also, at the governor's office is having something over there at the Kohlerville Youth Center. They're calling it the Halloween Candy Caravan. And you can get involved from 5 to 9 while supplies last tonight. These are all the Halloween events happening that we've got flyers for anyway, and there's a lot. Halloween treats. Ooh, I love it. Vision Insurance. Trying to make sure that you've got a whole lot of vision with candy involved from 8 in the morning to 5 p.m. That's right, all day. Just bring it out there. Bring your little monsters for free goodies. I love it. They're over here in Beach Road, Nolia. They're just down the street from us here from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. And This is the governors and the community partners present Halloween and Treats. That's happening at AMP. This is the big drive-through, 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. If you've done it before, and if you haven't, you should know that traffic is backed up forever. You got to get there early. Don't sleep on this one because it's amazing. Also up there at the airport, they've got the Airport Operations Committee. This is going to be a lot of fun. Go up there by the airport and enjoy it because, one, especially if it's not too far from where you live, it's a great spot to be. And they're putting it together, so show them some love at the airport. KFC and Taco Bell, Hollow winners. They're going to have a kids e-raffle from 5 to 7. Every kid will have a chance to win exciting prizes at the Halloween kitty raffle. They've got sweets, chips, and drinks as well. Free treats for the first 100 customers from 5 to 7. They've also got a shoot the ball, monster mash, balloon popping, scavenger hunt, and free goodie bags for kids for at least the first 100. That's pretty cool as well. So there's so much stuff that's happening all around. Now, I know PIC is doing something as well, so I'm just going to pull something up, see if they did email me yesterday, because I got a message from Raymark, and if Raymark's got something going on, you don't want to miss it over at Pacific Islands Club. Let me see if I got it from them. Pow, pow, pow. And again, if I blew through these too fast and you couldn't write them down, don't worry. We're going to post all of them on our Facebook page and on our social media. And I don't see it here yet. Raymark Castro, there we go. Bump, bump, bump. This will be really cool. Ooh, this is about their duck race. So it's not about Halloween, but it is about their regular duck race event. Let me just find out what we got on here before we just blow past it. It's not a big fancy flyer. I'll just check it out for you. Okay, so this is going to be in March is when they had it. Today they donated the proceeds to the Commonwealth Cancer Association. So we're going to post about this as well after we're done here today. So that's really exciting. But it's not Halloween related. Boy, I remember Halloween at PIC used to be one of the best events with all the clubbies out there. And, whoa, we had a great time. It was awesome. And hopefully they do something cool this year. And if they don't, hey, well, you know, it's just a sign of the times. All right, folks. Well, that's just about it. Let me just catch you up in the comments. I guess they're going to have another AutoFest soon. Hopefully, that would be great. Take the bus to go trick-or-treating. Yes, I could definitely take the news van and justice to this. Yeah, you guys, I'm just seeing a whole bunch of these. Oh, DPL says they're starting off all the fun at 12 o'clock today. So you can get down to public lands and do some trick-or-treating down there, the haunted hallway. You won't want to miss it from 12 to 4. Come through if you dare. Oh, they're throwing it down. Second floor of the Dan Joten building. That's great. And JJ was telling me, I'm like, is it Finicisu or Azlito? He's like, it's Finislito. I'm like, that's perfect. That's great. Hey, Peeling says, I'm feeling very hot and sexy today. Stand by for exposure. Oh my God, beware. Beware, Marianas. Yep. I missed a bunch of you guys in the comments while we were going through everything today. But I want to say thanks to all of you guys for being here and for joining us for the show. We are going to wrap it up, and we are going to start posting these things so you guys can make your plans for today. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for being a part of our community. Thanks for sending us all the news updates, because that's what really helps us stay on top of these things. You know, we can't be psychic. We can't know what's happening everywhere in the Marianas, but we're able to get a lot done because of folks like you sending us those news tips and all that. So thank you so much for trusting us with delivering you the news and for just being a part of our morning show, because we have a lot of fun doing this stuff. It is awesome. I mean, who gets this life? Well, us. By the way, I know we told you Eileen Babalta was going to be on with us this morning. She had sent us a message saying that she had a last-minute thing that she had and she couldn't make it, so she asked to reschedule on Monday, and I said, absolutely. So she'll be with us on Monday, and looking forward to hearing everything from her as well. Thank you, guys. I can get you one more update because it is available, and I also have a sports update for you, too, so let's get you that, and then we'll slide into some news. So here you go, folks. We'll see you again.
Sports Update.
The Bengals are just a few days removed from a crushing loss to the Jets, and now they're dealing with another injury at the quarterback position. Joe Flacco has a sprained AC joint, and head coach Zach Taylor said it's 50-50 that he plays against the Bears.
He wants to play in the game, and so kudos to him, man. He's been here 3 weeks. He wants to play. I hate speaking for him, but that's what he's told me. We'll have to work through the week to see if that's able to do that. It's a throwing shoulder. It's painful.
That was courtesy of the Bengals. Jake Browning would get the nod under center if Flacco is unable to go. Cincinnati traded for Flacco after Browning struggled in his 3 starts. In 3 starts for the Bengals, Flacco has thrown for 784 yards, 7 touchdowns, and no interceptions.
It's Will Kane Country. Watch it live at noon Eastern Monday through Thursday at foxnews.com or on the Fox News YouTube channel. And don't miss the show. Listen and follow the podcast 5 days a week at foxnewspodcasts.com or wherever you download your favorite podcasts.
Staying in the NFL, the defending Super Bowl champs have made a move. The Jets have traded cornerback Michael Carter II to the Eagles for wide receiver John Mechie III, according to multiple reports. Carter became the league's highest-paid nickel corner last year, but played just 6 snaps on Sunday in the Jets' first victory of the season over the Bengals. In NBA news, Miami Heat guard Terry Rozier and Trailblazers head coach Chauncey Billups will not receive their salaries while on leave for their arrests on federal gambling-related charges, that according to multiple reports. Last week, Billups was charged with participating in a conspiracy to fix high-stakes card games that were backed by mafia-organized crime families, while Rozier was accused of exploiting private information about players to win bets on NBA games. And Marco Andretti has announced his retirement from motor racing and the Indianapolis 500. Marco, the 38-year-old grandson of Mario Andretti, said he will prioritize being a father and attending to his business ventures. The decision means that next year's Indy 500 will not have an Andretti in the field for the first time since 2005. And you can download the Fox Sports Podcast on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you download your favorite podcasts. I'm Joe Morgan.
Get more on the Fox Sports app and foxsports.com.
AP News, I'm Ben Thomas. A group of 11 Democratic U.S. senators have raised concerns about the use of full-body restraints on deportation flights. Jim Mustian has details.
The senators are asking for a lot of information that ICE has not released, including about its use of a restraint system called the RAP. Now, this is a system that the Associated Press detailed in an investigation earlier this month, documenting its use on deportation flights, sometimes for hours at a time. Detainees who have been subjected to this device have actually likened it to torture. The senators have asked DHS and ICE to provide this data. In response to this letter, the Associated Press has been asking for the same information. It's very likely that the RAP could come up at a future oversight proceeding. Secretary Kristi Noem herself could be asked about the device.
Meantime, Representative Delia Ramirez is working on a bill to limit its use, citing safety and human rights concerns. President Trump is back at the White House after his trip to Asia. On his way home, he appeared to suggest the U.S. will resume testing nuclear weapons for the first time in 3 decades. He said it would put the U.S. on an equal footing with Russia and China.
They seem to all be nuclear testing. We have more nuclear weapons than anybody. We don't do testing. We've halted it many years ago.
But he added,
we have so many, and Russia has some. Russia's second and China's third, and China will catch up within 4 or 5 years. I think de-escalation would be, they would call it denuclearization, would be a tremendous thing.
In other news, the AP's learned Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth has ordered the military to send dozens of lawyers to help the Justice Department in Memphis, Tennessee, and near the U.S.-Mexico border. Sources tell AP the Justice Department is investigating whether leaders of Black Lives Matter defrauded donors. And stocks retreated today, the Nasdaq dropping 1.6% from yesterday's record close. This is AP News. The World Series is headed back to Toronto. Gethin Coolbaugh recaps Game 5.
Davis Schneider and Vladimir Guerrero Jr. hit back-to-back homers to lead off the game for the first time in World Series history, and the Blue Jays beat the Dodgers 6-1 in Game 5 to claim a 3-2 series lead. Toronto starter Trey Yesavage struck out a Fall Classic rookie record 12 over 7 innings of 1-run ball.
It was massive. Those guys set the tone, put us in control early, and we didn't lose that.
I'm Gethin Coolbaugh.
We know that it's going to be
another tough arm. And Yamamoto, it's going to be another tough game.
Blue Jays manager John Schneider on Friday's Game 6 and Dodgers starter Yoshinobu Yamamoto. LA manager Dave Roberts.
Guys have got to do their jobs. Everyone's got to do their job. And so right now, we're at elimination, and we've got to kind of wipe the slate clean and find a way to win Game 6.
There's more news at apnews.com. I'm Ben Thomas. Thanks for listening.
If you see something, say something. And stay anonymous. Call Crime Stoppers at 234-7272 or submit a tip online at nmicrimestoppers.com. No names, no caller ID, no recordings, just your info. And if your tip leads to an arrest, you could earn up to $1,000 in cash. Your tips have helped take hundreds of criminals off the streets in the NMI. It works because of you. Crime Stoppers, we want your information, not your name. PHI is your local pharmacy serving customers in Cagman, Garapan, and Dandan since 1996. Shop PHI Pharmacy for all your prescriptions, and we even offer a large line of multivitamin supplements. Our Dandan location is open weekdays from 8 to 6 and 8 to 4 on weekends. Or visit our Garapan and Cagman locations weekdays from 8 to 6 and 8 to 1 on Saturdays. Check us out online at phipharmacy.com or follow us on Facebook. PHI is a locally owned independent community Health Mart pharmacy. Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
It's the 12 packs of Christmas from Bud Light to you. Buy a pack here at home, win big prizes too. Gather your friends, the season is here. It's the 12 packs of Christmas from Bud Light.
The 12 weeks of cheers are on. Purchase any 12-pack of Bud Light, Budweiser, or Michelob Ultra cans now through December 19th for your chance to win a trip for two to watch your favorite NFL team live, plus weekly prizes. Details at currentcnmi.com.
You owned your car for 4 years. You named it Brad. You loved Brad. And then you totaled him. You two had been through everything together. 2 boyfriends, 3 jobs. You're like, nothing can replace Brad. Then Liberty Mutual calls, and you break into your happy dance.
If you sign up for Better Car Replacement, we'll pay for a car that's a model year newer with 15,000 fewer miles than your old one. See car insurance in a whole new light. Liberty Mutual Insurance.